Good morning. So this morning I'm going to make a veggie frittata, and I start with some sauteed broccoli. Really, I just defrosted it. This one happened to be frozen. Chopped it up. Some fresh mushrooms chopped up. Some red peppers chopped up. I'm going to saute them over here with some olive oil. And then I am going to whisk up 6 eggs while I do that, because I'm doing a serving for 2. You could definitely use egg whites, and I will show you once I get this process going a little bit further. So while I am cooking up my veggies, I'm also going to get my low-fat latte going, mocha latte. So I learned this one from Truly Jess from Truly Committed, and she has a vlog. She's awesome. And what you do is you use whatever type of milk, soy milk, almond milk. I'm using the natural hemp milk today. Pour it in your glass. 1 tablespoon of the unsweetened cocoa. Then if you want it sweetened, I'm using Truvia natural sweetener. You're going to take all of that, put it in your cup, microwave it for about 30 seconds, stir it all up, which I use my handy dandy little whisker. I'm going to whisk that all up, add your coffee, and you have your nice low-fat mocha. It's really, really good. So while all that I'm going to get to, we're just going to check on our veggies. They're coming along really nice. So I'm just going to whisk up the eggs and get ready to put this in the oven. So after we got the veggies all sauteed up, I just made sure they looked evenly layered in the pan, and then I poured the egg mixture right over it and tried to swirl the pan a little to make sure it covered all the veggies. So the key here is that you do not want to mix it the way you would do with scrambled eggs. Obviously, you just leave it there sort of like you were making an omelet, which to this day I still can't flip an omelet, so I go with a frittata. You're going to let it just cook there. Don't stir it, don't mix it. And the bottom, I wish I had the perfect time. I'm sure you can look up frittata recipes and they'll give you the exact time. You can find a lot on Pinterest or just online. But you want the bottom cooked, and the top won't be completely cooked yet because you're going to put it in the oven at 400 degrees, or you could broil it after you put a little bit of cheese on top. Now, definitely suggest using low-fat cheese. I just don't have any right now, so I'm just going to cut back on how much I put on the top, and then I'll show you the finished product when it's out of the oven. The key is knowing if your pan can go in an oven. Mine has this metal handle, and I know how hot it can withstand. So I don't put it in the broiler because my pan can't handle that hot of heat, but at 400 I'm okay. And so once it's looking good and solid underneath and you just have it watery on top, sprinkle some cheese on, put it in the oven. For me, I'm going to do 400 at 15 minutes, and you will see a beautiful frittata. And voila, we have the finished product, a wonderful, yummy veggie frittata. And this really impressed guests. I've made this with people over. I've made it with ground turkey. I've made it with chicken. It's so good. And I've used all different types of spices, different types of flavor profiles. It's really a winner when you have guests over. And then I'm going to pair it with some black beans. I crock-potted black beans. So I kind of mixed into everything. I added a little red pepper chili flakes to those because I like it spicy. So alright, I will try and get my camera focused, touch bases with everyone later, and enjoy this yummy frittata. What's up, everybody? Saturday continues. It is cold and dreary here in Oregon, but I can see a little bit of blue peeking through. There's a window right in front of me. So hopefully it'll get a little bit nicer today. Breakfast was delicious. That frittata was so good. And, you know, I think I really got used to eating breakfast with some sort of bacon or sausage, and I don't know, I felt that that should be thrown into everything. Like if you have pancakes, you should have bacon. And if you do an omelet or something, it should definitely have some sort of unhealthy fattening meat. But to do that with just those vegetables, it was so good. So I highly recommend trying it. Again, I think I found my first recipe that I did was from probably Pinterest. If you're on Pinterest, then you like me. I mean, you can find a recipe for everything. I love Pinterest. I was addicted for a while. I've kind of cut back a little bit, but anytime I'm in need, I just find what I'm looking for. And then once I find a recipe, then I really can build on it and experiment. I love cooking. I love finding new healthy ways to make foods that I love. And my boyfriend's great because he lets me experiment. But so far, everything's turned out pretty good. I just wanted to touch bases and say, one, I found a new snack that I'm in love with. It is what is this? 479 Degrees Company. I just randomly came across it. This one is Farmers Market Herbs Artesian, how do you say that? Artesian popcorn. But this one is Farmers Market Herbs, a blend of fresh garden herbs, spices, and sea salt. It is 50 calories for a cup. And the ingredients are organic, heirloom, non-GMO popcorn, sunflower oil, nutritional yeast, herbs and spices, sea salt. This stuff is non-GMO, really good for you. They have some other ones. They have a chipotle caramel, which is super good. They also have a truffle oil and black pepper, which was also really good. I'm like in love with these popcorns. And they're all about no artificial anything, no trans fat, all natural, whole grain, gluten-free, non-GMO, air popped, and kosher. I mean, really, they have it all. So be on the lookout. 479degrees.com is where you can find their brands. I've been very impressed with their popcorn. I air pop my own popcorn and I like popcorn. So as a snack, it's really good. It obviously beats chips, and especially this one with it being a whole grain and no GMOs, can't go wrong. So just wanted to share that with you because I had never heard of it, stumbled upon it, and fell in love. Other than that, I'm getting ready for the first time ever, because I do live in gloomy Oregon now, and I'm originally from Southern California, where I usually stay decently tan and see the sun all the time. It's like 75 to 80 degrees year round where I come from. And then I moved inland away from the ocean, which was sad, but it was even warmer. So I really always had sort of a tan or some color. So I'm going to go try airbrush tan today. They had a really good deal. My friend wanted to go and she didn't want to go alone. So she volunteered me. And we found a deal. It's usually like $65 or something crazy, because a technician is literally going to spray my body like with this airbrush tan. I gotta say, I have my insecurities, especially in my stomach, of having some lady with an airbrush painted on. I don't know how I feel about that yet. I think I look good in a lot of areas compared to where I was, but my stomach, nah, not even close. It's definitely my problem area for sure. So my mom always raised me though with this idea that if you're tan, everything looks better. So I'm gonna swallow the pride, and I'm sure she sees all different types of bodies and really doesn't care, but I care, so we'll see how that goes. I'll check in after, and I will have a nice California glow to me, and see you guys then. All right, bye. Okay, so our next side dish is going to be a sweet potato, although I think these are yams, sweet potato hash. So what I'm doing for this dish is first I'm browning up some onions, and I do have 1/2 slice of bacon in there to give it the flavor. You want the brown bits, again that's also flavor. So what I'm going to do is take our yams, add them into our onions, and I'm going to get those sort of even, let that cook for 2 minutes, then I'm going to flip them over, cook for another 2 minutes, getting all the brown bits out. Then I'm going to add some salt and pepper, and a half a cup of water, and I'm just going to keep simmering it out until these are nice and tender and moist, and then take the lid off and let them crisp up a little bit. So that's going to be the sweet potato slash hams, or yams, hash. I was combining yams and hash and made hams. So we're going to let this cook up. Side dish number 2. Okay, so far our yams are coming together so good. So you added a little water, covered it, and mine, I didn't need to go through 2 rounds of steaming it. It only took 1, and they are delicious. And you know, the Brussels sprouts cooked really fast, so I only needed them in for 15 minutes at 400 degrees. I think I usually do them at 350, but I had the oven at 400 for the salmon. And the salmon is looking delicious. So there is a nice, delicious piece of salmon right there with just finishing up. And that had some very little brown sugar, garlic, salt, and pepper. Dinner is almost served, and I am excited to eat it. Alright y'all, so this ended up being the final product. Does this look good or what? She thinks it looks good. She's just waiting for some. I think it looks good. So it is yummy. And it ended up being a gorgeous day. I don't know when the rain cleared, but I'm happy it did. So I am thinking I'm going to have dinner outside. She's a happy girl that I am. Hi. Hey, she's ready to have some dinner. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Have a happy Easter. I'm deciding if I'm going to film or not. We're doing a brunch, and I am making prosciutto wrapped asparagus, which is a way healthier take on what I made last year. And what else? Mashed sweet potatoes. Uh-oh. There is a fire truck going by. And this is why I usually don't film outside, is because it's loud. But yeah, sweet potato mash, and boyfriend's making a banana pudding pie, with just banana pudding and some real bananas and vanilla wafers. And we're going over to some friends and seeing what they're going to make. So everybody have a great, great, great Easter weekend. Bye.